Okay, so for the overhead press with the barbell, we're gonna wanna keep a straight line with our body so our shoulders are staying over our heels, our head is neutral, and our chin is tucked back. So when people say tuck chin, oftentimes you'll see this. What we mean is pushing your head back a little bit. So it's gonna give you a double chin, get over it, push your head back. So we wanna keep that spine neutral, and we're tucking it back so the bar can go right in front of our face without hitting our nose. Our hands, we want to keep our knuckles towards the ceiling, so you want to hold the bar like this. It's going to be heavy. It will take a while to get used to it, but that's okay. We don't want it to be leaning back on our hands. That's not the correct movement here, and it's going to stress your wrist for kind of no reason. So I grab the bar, there's the smooth part of the bar here in the middle, and then it gets rough and grippy over here. I put my thumbs right on the edge and grab it right there, and that's a comfortable position for me. My arms are just past shoulder width apart. So I come up under the bar, and at this time, I'm gonna set it down so I can show you. At this time, you wanna make sure that your ribs stay pinned and your hip, or your hips, your pelvis doesn't arch at all. So you're not arching your lower back. You wanna keep it nice and tucked. Your pelvis is going to stay tucked, which means that your core is tight. So the bottom of your rib cage and your hip bones are almost touching because they're nice and tight. You're not hunched over. Your shoulders are still back. Your ribs are pinned, which means they're not flared out like this, because if your ribs are flared out like this, that means your lower back is going to be arched. So we want to bring it all in nice and tight, and we're going to push up. This is going to give us a really nice tight core to help us throughout the movement. So we're going to push the bar, and you can squeeze your glutes through this to help give you a little bit of a foundation and brace as well. You push up, and it goes right above your head. You're not bringing it back. You're not pushing it forward. I can't even push it forward. You're not arching your back as you do it. You don't want to hurt your back. This is not correct. Everything's going to be nice and tucked. You don't want to move your head back and forth. You want your chin tucked back, which means not tucked down, but tucked back. So this is kind of a natural stance for me, but if I actively tuck my neck, it's going to push it back. Yes, it gives you a double chin. Get over it, it's fine. You're going to push it back. It's going to keep you from hitting your nose, but also put your spine in a more neutral position. So you want as little of movement through your body as possible. You're keeping that strong foundation. Your feet are gripping the floor, glutes are tight, core is tight, ribs are pinned, pelvis is neutral, and you're just going straight up. Once you do a few reps of this, it's okay if you need to use a little bit of leg to push it up. A push press is going to be more of that movement where you're using more leg just throughout the entire movement. It's okay if you need to do that, but I really want you to get into the habit, and at least in the first few reps while you get used to using the bar, because it is, this one at least, most standard bars are 45 pounds, to build that upper body strength. So when things start to fatigue, it's okay to help use some momentum to push it up, but the same thing still applies. Keeping that nice and tight body to minimize the risk of injury and to get the most out of your movement.